he's getting it now.
Hey everyone, welcome to Metal Customs. Today we're continuing the work on our 73 K10 project, and what I have behind me here is the frame. For those of y'all have been watching all of these on this truck, you know that he decided he wanted to take the frame home and do it himself to save a little money, and you know what, nothing wrong with that. And I want to show you the frame that he done. I think he done a good job on everything. It looks pretty good. There's some things that he was unable to do that we are going to finish up for him, and we'll dig into that here in just a second. But let me run you around and let you check out his work, and y'all throw down in the comments what you think. All right, yeah, I got it jacked up. I'm fixing to do something. But yeah, I mean, he got it clean, put a lift kit on it, put the front and rear leaf springs, rough countries on there, and it came with some new shocks. We do have to swap out this bar here when he brings it. Had a buddy of his clean up the motor and paint it. See, they put on a new water pump. I don't know why he didn't paint the water pump before he put it on, but you know, it is what it is. We have to put a carburetor gasket on it. They didn't do that. I have already popped the distributor and put it back in time and got the firing order correct. I'll show you what else I've done here in a minute. But check out the frame. We got transmission, transfer case cleaned up and painted that silver. And he done a good job on all of this. He put new leaf hangers, one on each side with all new bolts. Of course, springs in the back with the new shocks. But yeah, the old truck, I mean, y'all seen it when it was just sitting over there with the cab was still on it. You know, it was all looking pretty rough. He went ahead and went and redone all the brakes. Everything on the brakes is new. All the brake lines, all the brake hoses, and such as that, calipers, pads, you name it. Yeah, you got it all fixed up. I think, in my opinion, that he done a really good job on it, which is cool. Cool. I'm glad for him, and I'm proud of the work he done. Now, the stuff that I've done so far off of camera. I have installed the rear brake hose. I had to pull this top off, get everything lined up in here, and get this sitting back down on there where the shifter would actually move. That turned out to be quite a pain in the butt, I'm telling you. I've got, oh yeah, vent hose, got it on there. Luckily the little part here, yeah, it was still good on the old broken hose that was up in there, and so was the tab. But got a new vent tube on the rear end. I got one on the front end. We're probably going to have to find one of them little vent caps and get it up here and get it somewhere hooked to the frame. Like I said, I pulled the distributor and got her back in time. Went ahead and put a new fuel line here and hooked the metal line back up. Put the power steering lines on and the holder on it. Done a couple other little things. Just nitpick stuff here and there. But now, the biggest thing that I gotta do is fix this. He said where this bolt goes through, that hole is wallered out really bad. Actually, you can see some space right here. So we're going to get this bolt out of there and fix that hole with that way in there straight and proper. So now we know that it's probably pushed upwards too far. But let's get that bolt out and get that leaf spring dropped down enough where we can work with it and just see how bad that is. I think that's the worst of it besides changing this out. He said he had the bolts off and it just wouldn't move. So we're going to take our look at it when he brings us a new one. Got to do a couple of touch-ups with some paint on here. And that'll be ongoing as we work. Always going to be a spot to get scraped or bumped or something like that that you're going to have touch-up. He brought me plenty of touch-up paint, so that's no problem. Still got to get all the clips that hold the brake line and the fuel line in place. He'll be bringing a new fuel tank. He got one of them, and we'll replace these rubber lines as well. But for now, let's just get up here and get this here. Let me go ahead and get that bolt out, and we'll see where we're at. Bolt hole is elongated, ain't it? Wow. On both sides, too. Yeah, that's okay. We can fix that. Yeah, no problem. First thing we're going to do, put this piece of metal in there so that we can protect everything below this. We don't get these rubber bushings messed up or anything like that. It's all brand new. That was a piece of sheet metal. There, that will protect that. Now, we'll grab, let's go try my drill here. Get all this cleaned up really well. Yeah, I think that's going to do the trick. And what I'm going to do here, guys, off camera, we'll bring the welder over and go up in here at an angle with the welder. Just start welding that in. You can see right here where it's supposed to loop over. But you just got to do a lot of welding on both sides and get that hole back down here where it's supposed to be. Look at the other side right quick. Yeah, it's supposed to be down. So that's our original hole spot right here. Well, glad my finger wasn't in there. I don't know why they done that. Got a jack stand under it. Well, maybe it won't do it again. Especially if my finger's down there. You quit. Behave. Alright, well, I done told you. Let me get this cleaned up, and we'll just get to welding and see what we can do with that. We got that all welded up, outside and inside really well. Both of them going. So, now what do we need to do? We need to get that hole drilled out. Will be our next step, I would assume. And I just so happen to have a drill. I know, outstanding, ain't it? Now hopefully this will just keep cutting up through. We'll see how it's going to react. Well, try it like this and see. The drill bit doesn't want to hold in the drill, does it? Being a pain. Yeah, it's going to take a few minutes to do. Well, that bit ain't gonna cut it. Let me find something else. I may actually have to get up a small die grinder and come up here and start cutting, because the drill bit's wanna bite down in here. So let me let's see what I got for a die grinder and a good bit. And we got it. I got the majority of that with the stone. Got it on the inside nice and smooth. So I had to use a stone inside here to grind all that weld down. They got about 95% of the hole with the stone. And the other 5% I just took the drill and run through there to get it, rounded up. But the bolt fits just fine. I just got through spraying a little bit of touch-up paint on there. So let's let this dry for a little bit. Then we'll get this leaf spring bolted back up. And we can mark that off our list. And there we have it. Yeah, that's a lot better. And that'll get the ride geometry back there too, because this one's sitting up higher. Just gonna throw everything off. But yeah, happy with that. So let's move on to the next thing. All right, we got the frame moved over here. Now we got to wiggle jiggle and try to get it in place. That shouldn't be too much of a hassle. We have our bushing kits, and according to the AMD website, this is the way they go. This will be the front bushings, top, bottom, and these are the rear bushings, top, bottom. And then these here, these bolts here, go for the radiator core support. So yeah, nice little setup, good and complete. I don't see no issues with that. But let me get the jack under the rear end and get that slid over. And let's try to wiggle this thing into place where we can get these bushings in there and finally get this cab mounted. Yeah, I wish I would have turned the camera on more. Sorry about that, guys. Once I got that down there, what I done, I left the bottoms off and just put the bolt in there to get everything lined up. Set the cab down, grabbed it, wiggled it here and there, and it finally slid into place for me. Then I just went ahead and put the bottom rubbers on and tighten the bolts up in there, as you can see. So that's how the back will be looking. And the front, oh, get up here. And there's how the front's looking. Yeah. So we got that knocked out. Now to me that was a big deal. That was a little rough to do by myself, but it wasn't too terrible. Once I got the truck sitting down, I just grab here and pull from one side to the other, and the cab slid pretty easy. Remember, I put grease on all them bushings as well, so once it sit down, it was easier to wiggle the cab, which didn't have to come too far, but is what it is. But we got that taken care of, so now we need to clean up all of our mess, move our wood, because we're through with it, put our jack up, such as that, roll the vehicle forward, and then make plans on getting it out of this bay. Alright, well I decided to do something different. Instead of putting the wrench there to kind of push this thing out, pop it up over that and all that BS, it was actually easier for me to just see the stands in the front end, back up front end, use the jack on the back end, get up high enough, just slide the ramps underneath it, and there we go. Put a jack on the wheel. Try to get up all of my wood on everything. Now we can raise it up and look at it and play. Well, I did raise it up, just get a general look over everything, and everything looks fine. There's a couple little spots that I touched up with the undercoating. I knew that I wasn't going to get that 100% sitting on that little rolling stool doing like this. But being able to lift it up, I got all them spots. So, that's accomplished. We've come a long way from where we were, that is a fact. I'm going to put the steering column back in, like I say. I need to be able to steer this thing and move it around, because we're fixing to move it outside and probably cover it up for a little while. This project will be put on hold just for a short time. No big deal. This is just part of it. Things happen. But I've got a lot more stuff to do to it, as you can tell. And we're waiting for parts to come in. That's a biggie, waiting for a lot of the body parts to come in. Bolting nuts for the whole front end assembly and stuff like that. So once all that stuff arrives, we can get back on it and get a lot more accomplished. But for now, we're going to call it. I know this wasn't a very long video, but I just wanted to show y'all getting the frame ready and everything, and how to put the cab mounts on and get that cab sitting without killing yourself, you know, if you're working by yourself. You can do it. Just be intuitive and be careful. That's the biggest thing. Well guys, I appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed doing it. If you would, throw us down some comments. Hit us up on Patreon and our super thanks. And please like, share, and subscribe. Again, appreciate it much. Till the next one, we hope that everyone has a fantastic day.